What's going on, y'all? Back here again with another video. Should I say commentary? This is going to be more of an audio. Basically helping y'all to get the most quality out of your mobile device. I'm a huge proponent of mobile photography and video, as I just don't see the need of carrying around a big DSLR camera. Quality-wise, DSLRs are still, the way to go, but they're just real inconvenient. They're bulky. You look weird with them when you're out in public. And not to mention, they cost anywhere between $300 to $1,000. You're already spending that on your phone alone. So you might as well, have the camera and all the other features that go along with the phone. So I think that's the best way to go. But anyway, so getting started here, I just want to go over the basics of getting changing resolution and frame rates on your camera, and also apps that I use as well to get the most out of my mobile video. So this video is going to be for more iPhone users than Android, but you still might get some out of this if you do have Android. Not knocking Android, but anyway, so if you have a 5S and up, this will definitely help you. If you have a 4, what is your life about? So with that being said, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into the settings. This really isn't gonna take too long. So if you go down to your settings in the video, not video, but camera, your camera settings, I think I passed it. Hold on, y'all. There we are. So go into your record video settings. You'll have it listed 720p, 1080p. For those of you with the 5S, you'll only be limited to 1080p. Now, if you want to get the most bang for your buck, I suggest you go out and get a iPhone SE, which is basically a iPhone 6 in a 5S body. And the iPhone SE is able to record at 4K. Although it's only limited at 4K at 30 frames per second. I have the iPhone 8 Plus, which can film at 24 frames per second and 60 frames per second in 4K. So going to the frame rates, y'all might hear me talk about this in my post sometimes. But basically, to break it down, 30 frames per second is like your normal video, and basically it pertains to the motion of your video. 24, which is my favorite to shoot in, is going to give you more of a cinematic feel, and 60 is going to be like a faster, fluid, smoother motion. But down here, it'll give you your gigabyte usage for each minute of video. You'll see 720 takes the least, going up to 1080p. Then the 4K, 4K is 60 frames per second. Good God, 400 megabytes per second. That's a lot. But anyway, I strive for quality. So, so if you're gonna be shooting higher quality, please get you at least a 64 gigabyte. Because if you're still walking around with a 16 gigabyte phone, what is your life about? I'll get out of that, and somebody liked my post. Thanks, you Bayon Joe 35. Okay. So getting out of that. Okay, so had to improvise a little bit. Found out that while I'm doing screen recording, it cuts the audio off whenever I get into video mode. So I'm gonna try to do the voiceover as best as I can, but I lost my original audio while doing this. But what y'all are seeing right now, I'm in the native camera app, or the regular camera mode for the iPhone, which I don't use that much, just really to take photos and stuff. But as far as the video portion, what y'all seeing me do right now, I'm trying to keep us fast as possible, is if you hold down on the screen until it locks up, y'all see that box right there on the iPhone box, that controls they'll lock the exposure and the focus. That's about as best way to get the most focus on the subject, when you're in the regular camera app. But yeah, like I said, I really don't use this that much. If you want to get the most out of your phone, you're gonna have to use outside apps, which I'm about to show y'all in just a second. Now, last thing I really want to get into, these are my apps right here. The only one I'm getting into is the Filmicpro, which is my go-to, is my baby. Downside is $15. So, you know, if you want this app, you're gonna have to come out of pocket. All right, sorry for the audio issues. That's where my original audio had got cut when I went into the Filmicpro app, so I have to do another voiceover. But yeah, in this app, it allows you to control many things as far as the focus, zoom, frame rate, and also the resolution. So it gives you more control over your camera than the you know, the native camera app does on the iPhone. What y'all seeing me do right now is I'm kind of playing with the focus, and with my videos, I like to blur the background, or I think they call it the bokeh effect or bokeh effect. I'm not sure which way you say it. But yeah, also, let's see. I'm trying to follow along with the video here, so I'm not sure what I was doing or saying at this point in the video, but I think okay, going to the zoom, you know, showing that I can change the zoom. Camera settings, you have wide, tele, zoom, and selfie for the 7 Plus and 8 Plus. For the regular iPhones, I think you'll just have wide and selfie. But let's see what I go into next. I believe I go into the resolution next, if I'm not mistaken, so give it a second. Okay, on the resolution, you're able to choose between 720 all the way to 4K. And also you're able to change the megabits per second that you film in. The higher the megabit, the better quality of video. It doesn't show the number. It'll just show like Filmic Extreme, Filmic Basic, or something along those lines. Extreme is 100 megabits per second. But also you're able to change the formats as well. So if you want to go from full screen to letterbox, you can do so. Next, I believe I go into the frame rate. You're able to choose different frame rates going all the way from 24, 25, 30, 48, 50, and 60. And I just demonstrate what 24 looks like. Has more of a cinematic, slower feel to it, more grainy feel as well. But with 60, which I'm about to hop right into, you have more of a faster, fluid motion, and I like to switch between the two, but 24 is my favorite to use. But that's pretty much all the controls I'll go over in the app. There are other features, but I pretty much went over, you know, the main features of the app. So I'll go ahead and just cut it off right here. All right, y'all, so that's pretty much going to be the end of my video. Some of the other apps y'all see right here, I'm not going to go in depth, but Lumafusion is a great video editing app. It's probably the best mobile editing app that I've seen so far. It's way better than iMovie. And it even competes with some of these more expensive programs that run anywhere between $100 to $200 for a desktop. Luma FX is tied in with Lumafusion, but it's basically a color grading app. Basically kind of to change the filter and color of your video. TiltShiftVideo, I really don't use this one that much anymore, but I was using it to help achieve like that blurred background, like I was talking about earlier. So if you don't have like 8 Plus or 7 Plus, I definitely recommend that app, and it'll mimic that effect the best it possibly can, even though it's not perfect. But I really don't have time to really show y'all that right now. Pro Camera, it's kind of like Filmicpro, except it's for photography. Pick, Play, Post, Photo Grid, you know, those are collage apps and stuff like that, so I'm pretty sure y'all know those. Watermark V and Watermark P, they're basically what I use to add watermarks. But now that I have Lumafusion, I really don't have to use those anymore. But if you want to add watermark to your videos, Watermark V is a good app too as well. But that's pretty much it on the apps that I use. I hope this helped y'all out as far as getting started. Let me know if y'all have any questions. But that's going to be about it. Hope y'all liked the video. If it did help you out, make sure to give it a like and also subscribe to the channel as well. Peace out.